Hello friends, in this video we will learn about utility computing, some properties of utility computing, different types of utility computing and its advantages and disadvantages. So let's start the video. Our first point is utility oriented computing. Utility computing basically refers to the utility computing technologies and the business model that are offered by a service provider to the IT customers. The client is charged as per their consumption. Example of these IT services are storage, computing power and application. That means utility computing is a service provisioning model where a provider makes computing resources, infrastructure management and technical services available to customers as they need them. The provider then charges the customer for the amount of service they are use rather than flat rate free. The term utility is basically the utility services like water, telephone, electricity and gas that are provided by any utility company. In a similar manner, the customer when receive utility computing, its computing power on the shared computer network bills is decided on the basis of consumption which is measured. Let's take an very simple example. For example, we are using electricity, so electricity service provider, they are provided or some meter service. So as per meter reading, we are paying some amount for electricity usage. The amount of electricity consumed by light, AC or PC, accordingly we are paying some amount to service provider for using those electricity utilities. It's all about utility oriented computing. Then our next point is properties of utility computing. In that, first property is scalability. The utility computing must be ensured that under all conditions sufficient IT resources are available. Increasing the demand for a service may its quality does not suffer. That means scalability is the capability of process, network, software or appliance to grow and manage increased demand. Through scalability, you can scale up your data storage capacity or scale it down to meet demand of your growing business. Here some terms related to scalability. First term is scale up, increasing and adding resources. That means whenever we are increasing or adding extra resources inside database, existing server, that process is called scale up. Then next point is scale down. When we start removing the additional resources we are added from existing server, that is called scale down. Then that means upgrading or adding resources inside existing server is scale up, or degrading extra things in server, that process is called scale down. Then next term is scale out, adding new extra server in cluster. That means when we add some new or extra server inside cluster, that process is called scale out. Then last term is scale in, when these additional server which we are added in cluster, we start removing them, that process is called scale in. Then the next property is demand pricing. So far companies have to buy his own hardware and software when they need computing power. This IT infrastructure must be paid in advance of the rule, regardless of the intensity with which the company use them later. Here are some strategies of demand pricing. The first strategy is price skimming. That means high price is set initially to increase their value, and then the price is gradually decreased to increase their customer base. Then the next is price discrimination. That means price is determined based on demand in market. Different markets are charged differently for similar products. The next is value based pricing. Value based pricing means price determination is based on the actual value of the item. Then next is penetration pricing. Penetration pricing means pricing is set low initially to increase their customer base or adding new customer. After gaining a customer base, then a price increases gradually. In the last strategy is bundle pricing. It is determined by adding multiple products. In other words, a single price is set for multiple or combination of products. That's all about demand pricing. Next property is automation. Repetitive management tasks such as setting up a new server or the installation of updates can be automated. That means automation enables IT admins and cloud admins to automate manual processes and speed up the delivery of infrastructure resources on self-service basis according to user or business demand. This is all about the properties of utility computing. Then next point is different types of utility computing. Utility computing is of two types. First, internal utility and external utility. Internal utility means that the computer network is shared only within a company, used by several different computer companies to pull together a special service provider. It's called external utility. In addition, various hybrid forms are possible in this type of utility computing. The next point is advantages of utility computing. First advantage is the customer does not have to buy the software, hardware and license that are required to do the business. He instead relies on a provider for these services. The client is not burdened with administrating and maintaining the system, which is taken care of utility computing. Then second property is user pay for only usage. The cost of utility computing is pay per use. We pay for the number of services of instances that we use in cloud. Third advantage is in utility computing, maintenance of server is done by cloud provider. Then next point is disadvantages of utility computing. Here are some disadvantages of utility computing. The main disadvantage is the reliability. If the utility computing company undergoes any financial trouble or suffer from equipment issues, then the client may be cut off from the services that they are paying for. The next disadvantage is the system could also be targeted by hackers. The client needs to be dependent on the provider to keep the system safe.
Thanks for watching this video. Do like, share, comment and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming videos.